Chapter 1. Cultivate a connection mindset. Magnify your skills. Your life, my friends, is a garden, and the relationships you nurture are the sunlight that helps it thrive. Every setback you've faced, every failed business, every missed opportunity is not a shadow to dim your growth. It's fertile soil, ready to cultivate your dreams if you magnify your connection skills. Why let isolation hold you back when you can grow through relationships? Welcome to Success Roots, where we're igniting your journey to build quality relationships, blending the timeless wisdom of Jim Rohn with the bold energy of Tony Robbins. Today, we're planting the first seed of self-mastery, cultivating a connection mindset to grow your success roots. Imagine Anna, a 55-year-old office clerk who felt isolated after a failed business venture. Like many of you, she thought her age and past mistakes meant she couldn't connect with others to rebuild her life. But Anna learned a powerful truth. To achieve your dreams, you must either modify them or magnify your skills. By improving her connection skills, she built a network that transformed her life. This idea echoes Jim Rohn, who believed that magnifying your skills opens new possibilities. Tony Robbins amplifies this by urging us to build relationships that fuel growth. Together, they show us that a connection mindset is the foundation of self-mastery. Who's in your circle right now? Are you surrounded by people who lift you up, or those who hold you back? Do you feel disconnected, thinking it's too late to build new relationships? Isolation is a cloud blocking your garden's sunlight, but a connection mindset brings clarity. To build quality relationships, you must magnify your skills. Your setbacks aren't barriers, they're lessons. Your age isn't a limit, it's a strength. Why stay isolated when you can shine with a connection mindset? Anna magnified her skills, and it changed everything. Here's how to cultivate a connection mindset. First, identify one connection skill to improve, maybe listening or networking. Write it down. Second, practice it daily. Spend 5 minutes learning about active listening or researching networking tips. Third, affirm your ability to connect. Say daily, "I build relationships that fuel my success." Jim Rohn taught us that skills shape our future. Tony Robbins adds that connections create momentum. Together, they says how us that a connection mindset grows financial freedom and personal growth. Let's make it practical. Choose one connection skill to practice this week. Maybe active listening. Spend 5 minutes reading a book like How to Win Friends and Influence People. Practice listening in one conversation today. Anna chose to improve her networking skills, spending 5 minutes a day learning online networking strategies. That small step brought sunlight to her garden, growing her success roots. After a month, she was connecting with new people and feeling hopeful. Here's a tool to help you. Create a connection journal. Each day, write down one connection skill you practiced, one action you took, and one affirmation. Track it for a week. Tony Robbins says that connections create energy. Jim Rohn adds that skills shape your future. Anna's journal helped her stay focused. After 3 months, she joined an online business group and started a side hustle. Her success roots grew because she cultivated a connection mindset. A connection mindset isn't about knowing everyone. It's about building skills to connect. Every skill you practice brightens your garden. Anna's connections led to big changes. Today, at 55, she's running a part-time consulting business and moving toward financial independence. What's one connection skill you'll practice today? Don't stay isolated. Shine with connection now. Your garden is soaking up sunlight, my friends. A connection mindset is the seed, but it needs action to grow. Anna's story shows us that building skills sets the stage, but it's only the beginning. What if you could take action to build a powerful network? Let's keep moving and find out how. Chapter 2. Build your network. Choose inspiring peers. Your garden is sprouting, my friends. With a connection mindset as your seed, it's time to water it with action. Your life is a canvas, and building a network is the brush that paints your relationships. Why surround yourself with doubters when you can choose peers who inspire success? Let's dive into the second step of self-mastery, building your network to grow your success roots. Meet James, a 50-year-old warehouse worker who felt alone after a failed business. Like many of you, he was surrounded by people who dismissed his dreams, making him feel stuck. But James learned a powerful truth. Your life reflects the expectations of your peer group. By choosing inspiring peers, he built a network that transformed his life. This idea echoes Tony Robbins, who believed that your peer group shapes your life. Jim Rohn adds that relationships shape your future. Together, they show us that building a network is the brushstroke of self-mastery. Who's in your network right now? Are you surrounded by dreamers or complainers? Do your peers lift you up or hold you back? A weak network dims your canvas, but inspiring peers add vibrant colors. To build quality relationships, you must choose people who fuel your success mindset. Your setbacks don't define you. They teach you. Your connections aren't fixed. They're choices. Why stay with doubters when you can paint a masterpiece with inspiring peers? James chose new peers, and it changed everything. Here's how to build your network. First, identify one group to join. Maybe an online entrepreneurship forum or a local business club. Write it down. Second, take one action to connect. Reach out to one person in the group this week, like sending a message. Third, set expectations. Seek peers who share your goals, like financial freedom. Tony Robbins says that peers shape your expectations. Jim Rohn adds that relationships shape your future. Together, they show us that building a network grows financial freedom and career growth. Let's make it practical. Join one group this week, maybe an online business community. Send one message to a member, like asking for a tip. James joined an online entrepreneurship group and messaged a member about business ideas. That action painted a new stroke, growing his success roots. After a month, he was networking with mentors and exploring opportunities. Here's a tool to help you. Create a network journal. Each day, write down one group you engaged with, one action you took to connect, and one expectation you set. Track it for a week. Tony Robbins says that peers create momentum. Jim Rohn adds that relationships shape your future. James's journal helped him stay focused. After 3 months, he was collaborating with new peers and starting a side hustle. His success roots grew because he built his network. Building a network isn't about quantity, it's about quality. Every connection you make adds color to your canvas. James's network led to big changes. Today, at 50, he's running a side business and moving toward financial independence. What's one group you'll join today? Don't stay with doubters. Choose inspiring peers now. Your connection mindset is the seed, and building a network is the brush. James's story shows us that inspiring peers create results, but it takes openness to overcome barriers. What if you could break through communication walls to connect deeply? Let's keep moving and find out how. Chapter 3. Overcome communication barriers. Open your heart. Your canvas is coming alive, my friends. With a connection mindset and a strong network, It's time to break the walls holding you back. Your life is a workshop, and communication barriers are the obstacles that block your relationships. Why let walls keep out joy when you can open your heart to connect? Let's dive into the third step of self-mastery: overcoming communication barriers to grow your success roots. Meet Linda, a 46-year-old store clerk who felt disconnected after a failed startup. Like many of you, she built walls: fear of judgment, shyness, or feeling too old to connect, keeping her isolated. But Linda learned a powerful truth. The walls we build to avoid pain also block joy. By opening her heart, she built meaningful relationships. This idea echoes Jim Rohn, who believed that walls keep out both sadness and joy. Tony Robbins adds that openness fuels connection. Together, they show us that overcoming communication barriers is the tool of self-mastery. What walls are blocking your connections right now? Fear of being judged? Feeling out of touch with others? Thinking it's too late to connect? These are obstacles in your workshop, but they don't define you. To build quality relationships, you must open your heart. Your setbacks aren't barriers, they're lessons. Your age isn't a limit, it's a strength. Why let walls block your joy when you can connect with others to achieve financial freedom? Linda broke her walls, and it changed everything. Here's how to overcome communication barriers. First, identify one barrier, maybe shyness or fear of judgment. Write it down. Second, take one small step to open up. Practice active listening in one conversation today. Third, affirm your openness. Say daily, "I connect with others to grow my success." Jim Rohn taught us that openness shapes relationships. Tony Robbins adds that connection fuels progress. TOG, there. They show us that breaking barriers grows personal growth and career growth. Let's make it practical. Choose one barrier to break this week. Maybe fear of judgment. Practice active listening in one conversation, like asking a coworker a question and truly listening. Linda overcame shyness by practicing listening with a colleague for 5 minutes a day. That small step opened her workshop, growing her success roots. After a month, she was connecting with new people confidently. Here's a tool to help you. Create a connection journal. Each day, write down one barrier you faced, one action you took to open up, and one affirmation. Track it for a week. Tony Robbins says that openness creates connection. Jim Rohn adds that relationships shape your future. Linda's journal helped her stay focused. After 3 months, she was networking in a business group and earning extra income. Her success roots grew because she overcame communication barriers. Overcoming communication barriers isn't about being perfect. It's about being open. Every step you take opens your workshop. Linda's openness led to big changes. Today, at 46, she's building a freelance career and moving toward financial independence. What's one barrier you'll break today? Don't let walls block your joy. Open your heart now. Your connection mindset and strong network are painting a masterpiece, and overcoming barriers keeps your brush moving. Linda's story shows us that openness creates connections, but it takes value to make them last. What if you could create lasting value in your relationships? Let's keep forging and find out how. The Chapter 4: Create Lasting Value in Relationships. Connect with purpose. Your workshop is thriving, my friends. With a connection mindset, strong network, and open heart, it's time to make your relationships last. Your life is a garden, and lasting value is the harvest that strengthens your connections. Why build fleeting relationships when you can create ones with purpose? Let's dive into the final step of self-mastery: creating lasting value in relationships to grow your success roots. Meet Michael, a 58-year-old driver who felt isolated after a failed business. Like many of you, he thought relationships were just about networking, not lasting impact. But Michael learned a powerful truth. Connection is why we're here. It gives purpose and meaning to our lives. By creating value in his relationships, he built a lasting network. This idea echoes Tony Robbins, who believed that connection gives life meaning. Jim Rohn adds that relationships shape your future. Together, they show us that creating lasting value is the harvest of self-mastery. What value are you creating in your relationships right now? Are you just networking or building meaningful connections? Fleeting relationships fade, but those built on value last. To build quality relationships, you must connect with purpose. Your setbacks aren't losses, they're lessons. Your connections aren't temporary, they're opportunities. Why build fleeting ties when you can create a lasting harvest for financial freedom? Michael created value, and it changed everything. Here's how to create lasting value in relationships. First, identify one way to give, maybe sharing a skill or offering support. Write it down. Second, take one action to contribute. Spend 5 minutes helping a colleague or friend, like sharing a tip. Third, align it with purpose. Make giving a daily habit to strengthen your connections. Tony Robbins says that connection creates meaning. Jim Rohn adds that relationships shape your future. Together, they show us that lasting value grows personal growth and career growth. Let's make it practical. Choose one way to give this week, maybe sharing a budgeting tip with a friend. Spend 5 minutes helping them. Michael shared his knowledge of e-commerce with a young colleague. That small action strengthened his garden, growing his success roots. After a month, he was mentoring a group and feeling fulfilled. Here's a tool to help you. Create a value journal. Each day, write down one way you gave, one action you took, and one way it strengthened a connection. Track it for a week. Tony Robbins says that giving fuels connection. Jim Rohn adds that relationships shape your future. Michael's journal helped him stay focused. After 6 months, he was running a part-time business and building a strong network. His success roots grew because he created lasting value. Lasting value isn't about grand gestures, it's about purposeful connection. Every act of giving strengthens your garden. Michael's contributions led to big changes. Today, at 58, he's running a business and living with purpose. What's one way you'll give today? Don't build fleeting ties, sucks. Eat lasting value now. Your life is a garden, my friends. Every choice you make, every connection skill, inspiring peer, open conversation, and valuable contribution grows your success roots. Why let another moment pass without building quality relationships? You've learned to cultivate a connection mindset, build your network, overcome communication barriers, and create lasting value. Now, it's time to act. Take one bold step today. Practice a skill, join a group, or give to someone. You have the power to build quality relationships. Subscribe to Success Roots for weekly motivation to build your extraordinary future. Share in the comments. What's one action you'll take today to grow your success roots? Let's keep growing together.